Hi, I'm Nancy with Factory Direct Craft, and today we're going to be making some clay leaves. You're going to need some air dry modeling clay, a rolling pin, damp sponge and nail file, gold paint and paintbrush, some clear coat spray. Get all your supplies together and let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I want you to put some wax paper down and we're going to cut off some clay. I'm doing a pretty big leaf, so I'll get a good size hunk. Hopefully that'll be enough. And then I'm going to just start rolling it out. Let's see, I'm length. Yeah, a little longer. And I'm just going to use this little rolling pin and keep rolling till I get the width I want. And I want it fairly thin, but you don't want to go too thin that it break too easy. So I guess I'll let you be the judge on. I'm taking it down pretty low, maybe 1/16 of an inch or so. And I'm using the wax paper so then when you go to lift it, you'll see how it lifts real easy. I tried it just on my plastic board and it kind of stuck and stuff. And it makes it lose its shape if you maneuver it too much. Just keep rolling it out, and the rolling pin gives you the nice smooth surface. Oh yes, it fits now. Okay, so now we take this is a hydrangea leaf, and the one side that has the veins more raised, I'm putting that down. And now I'm going to roll that really carefully and firmly down so that the impression goes into the clay. Just like that. This is a really fun project. Kids would probably love to do this with help. And this is the no fire clay, so you don't have to put it in the oven or anything. It just air dries. Okay, that should be, feels like I got it good enough. Now I'm going to carefully peel the leaf off, and look at that. Isn't that pretty? And now I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut around the clay right at the edge of the leaf. Just like that. Go right around the outside edge. Okay, now I'm gonna get rid of the extra, just like this. See how easily that comes off that? And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go along the edges and I'm gonna pinch it. Oh, I should probably tell you, here I didn't even need to use it on this one, but a wet sponge, if you have to add more clay because you didn't have it big enough or something, or there's a seam in it, you just take the damp sponge and wipe on it like that. Wipe on the clay and it will just soften it enough to get rid of any little imperfections that you had. But I didn't even need to do that this time. But it's a helpful hint. So I'm just doing this around the edges just to give it some interest. There we go. Just however you want to do. Now, what you do next is pick it up and peel the paper off the back very carefully. And then I want you to put it onto a cooling rack, because then it gets it up off the surface of the counter, and it can dry from the bottom too, top and the bottom. Got another one there drying already. So while those dries, and it takes like 24 hours. So then you gotta let that sit, but I have a couple here that are done already. And so what I'm gonna do, now that it's all hard, I'm gonna take a regular nail file, and I'm gonna go along, and I'm just gonna hit any little edges that are a little rough. And it just takes it down just a little bit. It seems to work pretty good. Just smooth your edges. Okay. Make sure you got all the dust off it. And now I'm going to paint it. And I'm doing this one bronze. Now you're going to need to paint the back side, but I'm just going to paint the front right now, because I think you know how to paint the back side, don't you? Make this nice. And then this side will have to dry, and then you can do the back side. Make sure you get in all the vein lines. And you probably want to do 2 coats. You can see how yours is, but you just want it to be really smooth and consistent color. There we go. And you have to wait for it to dry to turn it over. Do the other side. Then the next step is you use your clear coat spray and spray it, and you see how it gives it a gloss and it's slick and nice, and this is what you end up with. And they're really pretty. I hope you enjoy those. Thanks for watching.